What is up, YouTube? It is me, the Rat King. I'm here to show you some Shinobi Striker tips and some DLCs you should get. And more specifically, I'm going to show you the Jitsu, so you know, because I know a lot of people usually get the DLC for the Jitsu, including me, so I'm going to show you the DLCs at the end, but I'm going to also mention them when explaining them. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I'll also be showing you a couple of my builds. I mean attack and range, but if you want to see some defense and heal builds, comment that below and I will make those. But anyways, let's get to it. So, hold up. I'll show, okay, so hold up. Gotta let this loading. Alright, well, before we talk about this, let's talk about some general tips for Shinobi Striker. First of all, historic scrolls. Those things are pretty rare. Don't waste them on something you're not 100% sure you want, because not all the SS tier items are good. So unless you're 100% sure, or another YouTuber tells you to get that specific one, like Chakra Claws, which is a hella good item, don't be wasting your historic or valuable scrolls on stuff. You can usually just keep those and wait until better stuff comes in for the shop. I know it's tempting. I've been tempted a couple of times too, but you gotta stay strong. Anyways, it's time to show off a couple of my ninjutsu. Don't mind these. These are just, I don't really use these. But anyways, let's show off the Naruto ones first. So we've got Rasen Rampage, and the freaking Kamara Twin Impact. Look, nothing really needs to be said here. The Adult Naruto DLC as something and absolutely you need if you're doing an attack type build. That or the Might Guy DLC, which we'll actually get into right here, which is right below the Naruto stuff. But yeah, this stuff, as you can see, these two Jitsus, high damage, and with their cooldowns, you need these. There's no questions, you need these. Either way, let's get to the other stuff. So, Youthful Roar. Now, I'm going to actually explain what this does in a little bit more depth, but just because a lot of people who get the Might Guy DLC, they usually only use it for their ultimate, but this is hella useful. So, as you can see, you let loose a War Cry that paralyzes surrounding enemies for a certain amount of time. Yeah. The user and nearby allies get their close range power raised and status ailments are cured. Now what a lot of people don't mention is the fact that taijutsu, or basically close range attacks, actually get increased as well. For example, this Uchiha style Halo Dance gets increased. Scientific Tool Reverse Scale also gets, Scientific Tool Reverse Ninja Tool. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong name for it. If I remember, it was Imperial Wrath. Either way, that gets increased, so does Flying Rajan level 2. I'm trying to think. I think Tornado Height also gets increased, but I don't know. You just gotta experiment with it a bit. But a couple of Jitsus, like these two as well, Taijutsu also get increased. The Lightning Blade might get increased. I don't know. I haven't tried that out either. The Rasengan, also not 100% sure, but more than likely, yes. And that's more than likely also getting increased. Again, this is something you can mix and match with. Now, I'm going to also show you an attack build right after this, but first, let's talk about Reverse Scale. This, a lot of people don't tell you this, but you can actually get both parts of the move off in the same short window. So basically, you go up to the target while you're mid-combo, you press the ability, then right after that, you spam the ability button again, and you can actually get off both hits while they're mid-air. Now, a lot of people, when I see them using this, they do not pull off both hits. They hit once, then they try to hit me again, but they do it but they are a little too late, so they don't hit it twice in the same airframe. This, combined with the Roar, absolutely OP. Just because you can start up a combo with this or end a combo with this. Hell, you can do this mid combo and extend it. It's honestly whatever you want. And the Strange Taste, I mean, it's honestly hella annoying. I got this pulled on me like in the middle of my Kurama ultimate and my Night Guy ultimate. Well, when I was a Night Guy, it just straight up killed me afterwards, getting caught up in one of these. And yeah, it also canceled my entire ultimate. So if you see someone who's in Kurama Chakra mode and you could have this, then just pull up on them, you'll end their entire ultimate, and it gets hit all the way back to 0. Like, I don't know about you, but I'd be hella mad. Anyways, there's also these two from the Shisui DLC, which yeah, this is also from the, I think you pronounce his name Kakui. I'll check it out later in the video. But anyways, this is OP in the nicest way possible. And this is broken. Now, if I was actually gonna make a whole video, but I also have a build planning coming up, where you basically combine this with U4 War, where you basically just add so much damage and speed into yourself. You basically become ungodly. But I'm waiting for the Chakra Claws to come back, so that I could add that to the build, so that it really can show off its strength. So that's gonna be a little tease for when the Chakra Claws come back, if they ever do. So keep it in the back of your mind and check it on the channel every now and again. Now this absolute goat. I mean this in the nicest way possible, but this is toxic. This ability, it's toxic. Not only does it only take 18 seconds to use, but after the first hit, you can't even sub out, and the next two hits are gonna hurt equally as much. Like, for real, if I had a penny for every time someone used this on me and I couldn't sub, I'd be bloody rich. Seriously, this, not only does it look hella lit, but it is strong. And dynamic entry, it's another thing, you see it in every kind of build every now and again from HD2K, which, by the way, he's another Shinobi Striker YouTuber that I watch. He's the GOAT. There's no other way to say it. He is the GOAT. The GOAT. But anyways, getting sidetracked here. What else? Wood Dragon. One of my personal favorite jutsus that I use every now and again. So basically, how this works is, you shoot a Wood Dragon, and it can hit multiple targets, and what it does is, it recovers some of your health and its own cooldown time if you hit multiple enemies with it. So if you have like a couple of enemies grouped together, then you could just absolutely destroy them. There's no way others to say it. Just like have them together, and you could start spamming this stuff if you have enough grouped together. Like probably if you were in the freaking, what was it, survival exercise thing, yeah, you could probably spam a couple of these. Anyways, Laughing Buddha, you don't see this too much, surprisingly, considering how it's got quite a short cooldown and it literally decreases their movement speed. You think you'd see it much, or at least you don't see it much in the survival exercise, but when you're cooperating with teams, then you see this more. Because, well, that slow down movement speed means your teammates can get to the target faster and get the crap out of them. So, I mean, if you want to do damage as an attack type and support a bit with this ability, I do it, but make sure they stay still. And Flying Raijin level 2, you need to get this. There's nothing else to say. You need to get this. You literally throw kunai look, I'm gonna be honest with you, literally no one sees the kunai. The only way they dodge it is by accident. So if you land that, which, by the way, make sure no one else is on the enemy during that, or you could end up hitting the wrong enemy, or they get knocked out of it and you just twist your ability. But anyways, when this hits, they can't sub. There's nothing they can do. They're just stuck there having to deal with that Flying Raijin, and they just can't do nothing. And this, I have 2 words for you. Another sub. That's it. It's just another substitution. So, I mean, if you want to have a cheese build, like, let's say you have this, and you buy the Sharingan, which, by the way, this is free. You can just buy this in the shop. But let's say you combine that with a Sharingan. The Sharingan gives you an extra substitution of whatever you choose. So let's say, for example, since you don't have any DLC, you have the normal wood substitution jutsu. So not only do you have a 20-second sub, you have hold up, let me put it back up. You have a 15-second sub on top of another, where is it? 10-second substitution, which, by the way, Flying Raijin lasts for 15 seconds on the ground. So you just keep that in mind. But still, you can basically have 3 subs. Not to forget to mention with this, the Konomatsukami, which is from the Shisui DLC, if I remember correctly, which gives you another Sharingan effect. You can basically have 4 different substitutions on deck. Now, if you have DLC, then I highly recommend you have on Time Space Hop, just so you can get your other substitution backs even faster, because it speeds up your ninjutsu. So if you want to be toxic and just like subs out of everything, that's all you need. I just realized I've spent 10 minutes on talking about attack DLC, but yeah, I'm gonna post this real quick, and then Range is gonna get its own video. But let me tell you a couple more recommendations I have. So how about this Imperial Wrath, which is what I'm still gonna call it. You can't tell me otherwise. And how about you mix it with the Shisobu thing? It increases your movement speed tracking. Also, fun fact, this can actually hit enemies when it's coming back to you. So you can start a combo, call this back, have it hit them while you're comboing them. Then Imperial Wrath into that. Do the double hit thing by pressing it really fast. And you've basically got like a really solid combo there. With the Uchiha style Halo dance, I usually pair it with either Dynamic Entry or Youthful War just because of their sheer power. And honestly, you could pair these two together, both of all of Naruto's stuff, and you could probably kill easily. So, I'm saying this now, if you're in beginning matches, like Naruto DLC all the way, you'll get those first few kills so easily against everyone. Wood Dragon, it doesn't really combo with too much, but if anything, you'd probably want to Wood Dragon them into a universal pull, so then you can get back up on them while your ninjutsu recharges. Wood Dragon, pull, and repeat. Actually, you could probably do that with Imperial Wrath as well if you really felt like it. Let me think. What else? I'll take it to these. Honestly, Great Snake, don't use it. It's not worth your time. It's just not. Lariat, though, for a non-DLC thing, which people say this game's pay to win, but it's not, but for a non-DLC move, this thing is hella good. I'll read it to you. A taijutsu, where the user contracts blah blah blah, you get lightning over your arm. Basically, it's considered like an attacker's Chidori, except instead of being an actual Chidori, it's a blunt force trauma mixed with electricity. Pretty dope, right? Rasengan's pretty good. Also, I can't remember which DLC, but one of the DLCs actually lets you get a throwable Rasengan as a thing. I mean, I don't use it, honestly. You're honestly better off staying with a kunai or smoke bombs, which you can get either way for free. So, yeah, you're better off staying with this than honestly using any of these. I mean, if you want to, you can, but you're probably not going to get much use out of it. Anyways, I'm just go over these substitutions real quick, just because I know we'll be able to go over this real quick. Yeah, basically, all these substitutions have their own different thing, but the one you'll want the most, and the most meta one, well, the most meta two, are these two right here. This one, literally, after you use it, your ninjutsu time is reduced, and you're temporarily invulnerable for like 2 or 3 seconds, I can't remember exactly. And the emergency exit, it's another taijutsu, you escape, and it gives you some health back, so use those. Now, what a lot of people, planetary devastation, that's good, use that. This, energative limits, it's basically, it's from Rock Lee, it took me a second to remember. But yeah, the base Rock Lee, you can just get it from him as a training master, but honestly, I don't really use it. A lot of these I don't use. The main ones you'll want, well, other than Kumai, because that is good in base game, that does a lot of damage. But anyways, you'll either want the freaking stage 3, because that's all I'm calling it, because I'm not saying the full name, that's a tongue twister. This is extremely good if you can land it though, because it's hard to land it. The Buddha thing, extremely good again. You don't even need to be good at aiming, as long as you aren't indoors in some maps. This will destroy anyone in your view. The Karma mode, very good, and also this, very good. All 3 of these, and this one, all these 4 right here, they're good. Which, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a whole episode just to show off the DLCs, because I'm gonna get into in-depth discussions about all of these. But I'm going to post this video now, and I'll get started on the next one right now.